be plenty more of that in store. And hopefully this time, my mouse battery will not suddenly die partway through. And let's see if we can find out more about this mystery uncle and his absolute disregard for the environment, with his constant littering that has left us a convenient trash trail to help us in locating his whereabouts. Oh, that's pretty. Oh. Is that down there?
Hello.
What is
Who
that?
are you? You're not from here. Wow, you look just like Fred, but smaller, and with less hair on your face.
She knew Fred.
Oh my god.
I told her that he was my uncle, and that I was looking for him.
What's an uncle?
I said that he was, that I had known him all my life.
Really? Me too. I'll help you find him.
Look at her freaky
I'm
days.
Madeline. The others call me Mad Maddie sometimes. I don't know why, really, but you can call me Maddie. You've never been
I
to the
can't
village,
take my
right?
eyes away from
Let's
her
meet over there in the
freaky
square.
mouth.
I'll show you around. I bet you can get there easily with your suit thing. So, I'll see you there.
I
Oh,
couldn't
thank God
believe
she's
it.
gone.
An underground village, inhabited by frog people.
Frog people.
More like salamanders. Either way, they walked like humans, they talked like humans. How is that possible?
I think we know what this deviant uncle was up to with those frog eggs that he found earlier. That, well done, first jump of this Let's Play, and I fail it. Well, we're off to a good start. Now, nobody made any comments on my last video about the volume, the balance of the volume, so I'm going to assume that I'm going to fall to my death. It might help if I actually look at what I'm doing. I'm going to assume that the volume and the voiceover and the music and everything is at the right settings. I didn't change it since nobody seemed to bring it up as a problem. Ever so gracefully. Let's have a look at what has he, Uncle Fred, unleashed upon this world.
This is the town square.
There's
and
more
that
of
over
them.
there is Fred's tent.
Over where?
I haven't
Wait,
seen
what?
him in a few days, though. Maybe our elder Samuel knows where he is. He knows a lot of stuff. Mostly boring stuff, if you ask me. But it's worth a try. Before asking him, though, you should check out the village. It's not so bad. Unless you have to stay for too long. When you're done, go to the island with the windmill, and you'll see Samuel's cove from there. I'll go on ahead and tell him that you're coming. He's not much for surprises. Later!
I thanked Madeline and agreed to meet her later. It was strange. How could I talk to someone who was not even human and still feel like it was perfectly normal?
No, just because they're not human doesn't mean they're not a person. That's a bit rude. Although, you know, they are still pretty freaky looking. Oh, would you look at that? I do believe that is a Breaking Bad reference. I did mention in the last video that this game does apparently have a lot of hidden Easter eggs in it. Oh look, map. Helps to have a map. Guess we're going up here. There's a windmill. It's very pretty though. You got the moon over here and the stars. This sprawling tent. What are you doing? I'm not sure if it's the I'm not sure if it's the fact that they're frog people that's creepy, or the just the character models in general. And they're like just lifeless eyes and freaky mouths. What is this? So I think we can establish that Fred has violated nature with his garbage and his unethical experiments on frogs in order to create a race of subterranean frog people who apparently worship him as some kind of god. Good to know. I think we need to find his uncle, purely so we can stop his meddling.
It looked like most of the shacks in the village were built out of trash. Trash from our world. It was, after all, a garbage disposal pad that took me here.
Good to know Fred has a total disregard for the safety or hygiene of the race of people that he created. He's just giving them all of his used. That's just a toilet. That's nice. Just a toilet sitting there. Anything interesting down here? Nope. Nope, we just went around in circles. Okay. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, it spirals up. Boom. which... or an atomic bomb detonating, which is rather morbid for a small child to be drawing. Which also makes one question, what exactly has Fred been filling their heads with? I am starting to lean towards the idea that he is attempting to raise some sort of frog person army. That's the only explanation. This big arrow pointing up. Let's explore, shall we? Oops. That was less than graceful. Let's try and not smack our head on the rock, shall we? There we go. Home sweet home. What have we got here? Oh, I see this. See these? Round spool things. That is, without a doubt, an essential piece of hipster furniture. Now we know what's wrong with Uncle Fred. He's a hipster. You think I'm joking? I actually know people who have one of these as a table in their house. This explains everything. This is clearly Fred's tent. Let's have a look. Happy birthday, Uncle Fred. Blueprints of some kind. Let's see if we can read this. Alright. The substance that seems to have triggered the quickening of the eggs is a bluish crystal with a fluorescent effect. I have seen fluorescent minerals before, but none that shines as bright as this. I'm sorry, I can't quite read that handwriting. Hang on. Moreover, I need to point out that because I have a microphone in front of me, as well as a keyboard and mouse, I'm sitting quite a bit further back from my monitor than I would usually. So, forgive me if it's a little difficult for me to read. Okay. Moreover, to my knowledge, these minerals need to be exposed to ultraviolet light to emit visible light, which makes the crystal's luminescence a mystery. I vaguely remember something about electromagnetic radiation having a similar effect, but that seems impossible in this cave. I think that says cave. Why these crystals had an effect on the eggs remains a mystery as well. I made some experiments on one of the crystals I found, and it seems like they contain some sort of chemical energy that could be harnessed as electricity. I have yet to collect materials for a proper electrical circuit, but my initial experiments look promising. Let's see what this one says. 5 days after arrival, me and the frog people. Should that be the frog people and I don't know, have found a place to build a village. There seems to be plenty of fish, and the people are using my old trash to build makeshift shacks. I can't wait to start my research on their race. This is the discovery of the century. Okay, firstly, why wouldn't you give them something more substantial for building tools and supplies? And secondly, I don't really know if you so much discovered their race of frog people as much as you created their race of frog people. It's not like they previously existed before you came along with your frog eggs and your loose ethical code. 42 days after arrival, I have examined the creatures in almost every way I can. Okay, I don't want to think too much about that. I documented their habits, their appearances, and their behaviors. I'm getting close to a complete report, and I wish I could somehow share this with my scientist colleagues at home. Now that I think about it, maybe I could build a new pad that would take me home again. Okay, so, a few things. From like an anthropological point of view, 42 days is not enough for you to be able to suddenly become an expert on like this complex, new developing social system that's emerging from this, previously unknown race of frog people. Okay, 42 days is not enough time for you to be able to do that. Secondly, I feel like your scientist colleagues, assuming they're not all, like Dr. Frankenstein, might be slightly mortified by your experiments and your complete lack of morals or ethics and complete disregard for the laws of nature. But, that's just my opinion. Let's see what he has to say.
For how long had Fred been gone?
I'm not sure. A couple of months, I think. Less than half a year for sure. I remembered hiking with him the summer before, but when I counted the days in his journals and from when I last saw him, it didn't make sense. Maddie said that she had known him all her life. Maybe she meant it figuratively.
Like
she didn't really mean it. Like when you say you'll die if you don't get a puppy for your birthday.
That's true, though.
I'm sorry. Of course it is.
So, let's read this. 27 days after arrival, I named one of the little froglings Madeline, after my old journey companion. I bet she would have loved this adventure. Anyway, the little frog lives up to her name, so curious and inventive. Eager to learn as well. She even asked me to teach her how to write. Wait, so you haven't bothered to teach any of the other ones how to write? Just her? I suppose, you don't want to educate your frog army too much in case they decide to have an uprising. That's just weird and creepy on so many levels. Also, especially the fact that if Maddie has known him all her life, but the oldest page diary we found was about 42 days or whatever it was, that sort of probably implies that they have very, very short lifespans. So, just think about that. it's the windmills. What's up there? Look at them. They're probably all just sitting around, traumatized by the thought of their own mortality and their impending deaths. Given intelligent life, only to realize that because they are a race of frogs, they will be incredibly short-lived and will inevitably die long before their maker does. A maker who has seemingly abandoned them. Cheery thoughts for a kid's game. Why would you throw that out? Oh my god, they're all whistling. God, that's annoying. Okay, moving on. It's down here. Oh. I'm guessing that's Maddie and Fred.
Did Fred have any kids of his own?
Nope, not that I know of. He lived alone. He didn't really have any
Not that you
time
know
for family,
of.
I guess. He was always away or busy with his inventions. He could be gone for months at a time. I never knew how soon I would see him again.
Don't you think he felt lonely then?
I think he was too caught up in his projects to feel lonely. It seems like he found new friends in the village, though.
You mean he
Maddie
made new
seemed to be
friends?
especially fond of him, taking after all that he did. Maybe Fred was like a father to her.
She didn't have a real father, right? If she was born from an egg.
That's right. That's another thing we had in common.
Okay, I need to stop you right there. Just because she was born from an egg doesn't mean she didn't have a father. Right, okay. Eggs need to be fertilized most of the time in order to hatch, okay? That's how eggs work. That's how biology generally works. There are exceptions, right? There are some exceptions. Some reptiles can actually clone themselves. And the females, like snakes for example, some snakes will do this, can basically make a clone of themselves without any male input. But that's not, from an evolutionary standpoint, that's not a good thing to do. There's actually, in Australia, there's a population of the lizards. I think they might be geckos. And it's an entire female population. And they are all basically clones. And the only reason they can really survive is because they're in a really isolated location out in the desert. So they're not going to be exposed to like diseases and things coming in. But they do have a problem with like these parasites that live around their eyes. And the problem is when you have a genetically identical group, there's no genetic mixing or diversity. They don't develop any sort of defenses or protection against these kind of things. So, in that scenario, it would be correct to say that they do not have a father. I think that's highly doubtful in this particular setting, that Maddie does not have a father. That would be not correct. Because otherwise, like, all the people in her town would have to be clones. All of them would have to be the same. If they were, they would all have to be genetically identical offspring of whatever the female was that laid the eggs in the first place. So, yes, she does have a father. I just need to correct that little fact. Also, what the hell is this? Like, for does not eat out of a dog food bowl. That is all kinds of wrong and weird. And I don't like where this game is going. Let's just head towards the red windmill and not think too hard about it. I know we are on the red windmill. Oh, okay. I guess we're going here. I thought for a second I just walked off the cliff. Checkpoint. Right. Is that what we're aiming for? I think so. Alright. Oh my god, do we have to... I know, wait, hang on a second. Oh my god. Oh, we just didn't make it. Oh. Okay. Let's try that again. Well, at least there's no shortage of checkpoints. At least so far. Please. Oh my god. This is embarrassing. I'm obviously either releasing too early or too late. Ah, that's more like it. Okay, now we're gonna try and make this in one go. Because there's no checkpoint here. And I don't want to have to do that again. So, we've got that rock there, and I think that rock, maybe. If that's not enough, let's get a running jump. That was not a running jump. God damn it. Oh dear. Oh well, at least we've got the hang of that. Now I just need to time my sprint jump. There we go. Oh no. I released my grapple and lost my grip. That was my mistake for being too enthusiastic. Oh dear. I can only imagine how much more of this is you're going to have to enjoy watching as the levels get harder. God, it actually gets a little bit annoying. Close enough. That was close. It gets a little annoying holding down your finger for a really long time while you're trying to grapple. Okay, let's do this again, and let's not get too excitable and let go of the grapple too soon. There we go.
Our name is Samuel, and we will do our best to assist you. Please tell us what brings you here.
I told him that I was looking for my Uncle Fred.
We should help. Do you know where he is?
Fred left us without a word. If you aspire to find him, we can share with you a sacred crystal, a power core. Fred used their kind to power
A
us.
sacred crystal.
You can have it.
They're developing their own religion as well.
The crystal? Sweet!
Madeline, that was inappropriate. Your help will not be necessary. The crystal is not for you to have.
What? I want to help finding Fred. Why couldn't I?
Please, Madeline, that is impossible. None of us may enter the chasms. It is too dangerous.
What's the danger? If Fred can
That's
do
a
it,
good
so
question.
can
What's
I
the
say this for
danger?
your own protection, Madeline. You are forbidden from entering the chasms.
If I'm supposed to go in the chasms next, I'd like to know what's in
the
there.
village doesn't mean I am. I'm nothing like you. I'll never be.
We apologize. It is true that we want to
Look at her
protect her,
sliding across the floor.
but she does not understand.
She doesn't
Behind us
understand.
is the power.
I don't understand. Why are the chasms
Then go into the
dangerous?
chasms.
Please tell me.
And if you see Madeline, take care of her.
Okay, let me get something straight. Why do you have a problem with sending the frog child, who can apparently jump all over the place, which I assume is how your people get around, but sending the small human child you don't have an issue with? That's fine. Send me to my death, but not Madeline. Hey, we've got 3 grapples now. Oh my god. There's tadpoles. Is this like their spawning pool? Ew. I think I'm in their spawning pool. Wait. Okay, so Fred's book earlier basically said it was the reaction of the crystals that caused the frogs to mutate. And I'm just wondering if by taking their sacred crystal, does that mean they're unable to, like, breed? Is that why the sacred crystal is here? In their spawning pool? Am I wiping out this race of people by taking their sacred crystal? Because it kind of feels a lot like I am. Oh well.
I felt a little uneasy about moving on into the chasms. If it was too dangerous for Maddie, would it be safe enough for me?
No, it probably isn't. Well, not that it matters. Your race will probably die out soon anyway without that sacred crystal. Where am I aiming for? Oh, over there. Okay, I see. This takes for a running jump. Nope, that was close. Oh look, there's one of those little collectible things. We've probably missed heaps of them on our way. Ooh, but oh well. Checkpoint. Pretty floating arches. Nope. 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 Down, down, down we go. I gotta be, careful I don't accidentally double click. I gotta be careful I actually do a sprint jump. I gotta try not to talk while I'm trying to connect buttons, so I actually watch what I'm doing. Yeah. Nope. That's the thing I've noticed is if you hit something, you like instantly lose any momentum, and you basically just immediately start falling. Look at that. How many tents does this guy set up? It's like a tent every 5 meters. What? I guess we're aiming for over there. Are we aiming for that, or are we aiming for one of those? I can't really tell what's closer. Let's try one of these. Nope. Okay, let's try one of those. Oh, okay, there we go. Nope. I keep having the same problem trying to do the running jump. There we go. Oh, they keep going out of reach. Thanks to my terrible timing. Ah, gotcha.
Darkness swept over me as I left the glittering lights in the village behind me and headed for the ominous shadows of the chasms.
Oh, okay, that's it. I guess we're
As
in
I
the
entered the
chasms now.
chasms, it struck me how much darker it was in there. The shadows were black as ink, and although I tried not to be afraid, I couldn't help but shiver. Was it the darkness that frightened the villagers as well, or was it something else?
That is a question you really should have asked while you were still at the Elder, don't you think? Anyway, this is I think a good point to end this video. So that was part 2 of a whisper play of a story about my uncle. I hope you enjoyed what you've seen so far, and I haven't frustrated you too much by watching me fall to my death. We'll see in the next video if we can find out more about this deviant Uncle Fred, and see if he's created any other abominations and anything else he might be up to. So I hope this was reasonably relaxing for you, and I'll see you next time.